All right, here we go. We we are live. It says we're live.
Okay.
Um, all right. Holly, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. That was a very unusual situation.
That's
But we're here now. I see us on YouTube. I see us here. So we're good to go. Thank you for your patience and thank you for joining me tonight.
sure.
I think I was super excited to meet you. It's been awesome. I'm glad you said yes to being on here. It's really cool and interesting because um, I had so many people on Instagram was like, "Do you know her? Can you get her on the show?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna try." Um, so I think you and I originally connected because I was interested in that fluid film that you use.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, that's some good stuff. It smells horrible, but it's
Yes,
some good
yes.
stuff. It works
Yes.
really well.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see what we got in the chat tonight. We got India in the chat tonight. Hey India, what's up? We had a few people that have followed us from the old show over to the new show, and I hate that I say this every time I do a live show, but we have Emily, I believe. We have Jennifer in the chat. Jennifer has some questions for you all. Um, so let me stop talking and let me allow you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. I'm Holly from Niles Mower. um help my husband. I started helping him do maintenance on the mowers. And then I kind of got tired of just standing on the sidelines and kind of just jumped right in and started helping because kind of got overwhelmed at a point because we didn't think it would take off like it did.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
thought it was just going to be a few things, and then it just got a little overwhelming. So I started helping, and here I am now.
Hmm. Nice. So how long have you been helping him out?
Right now it's been probably almost a year, I want to say.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot to learn.
Uh-huh.
That's another reason why I was nervous about doing this because I didn't know, if I don't know a question, I don't want to seem stupid or dumb, but there is a
Oh,
lot to learn. There's a lot of things that I've only done like once or twice. So, I haven't done it enough to actually tell a lot about maybe certain things. But yeah, I'm still learning.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see like the shorts and things that you do on YouTube, and let me just say right now, it is completely awesome how much your husband adores you. It's evident in all of the videos that he adores you.
Uh,
And I actually, what is his name? Because I don't
his,
think I've ever asked.
his name is Don.
Don, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
Don. There we go. But yeah, he takes some great video, and we can clearly see that you're learning more and more about it, and you know a lot more than a lot of us. You definitely know more than me because I know nothing of battery equipment. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's see. A couple other people came in and wanted to say hi. I always like to throw it up on the yep, that's a small engine queen. That is Holly. That is Holly. That is the perfect title for you too. Like the
Oh.
perfect title. Yep. And just like India said too, we are all forever a student. We're always learning. I mean, I learn something new almost every day as far as lawn care goes.
Yeah.
In the off season, I'm reading with through my books and things, which I hate to read, but if it's something that I'm interested in, then I'm all for it. So
Yeah. I've seen in videos you do love your lawn.
I absolutely do. Absolutely do. Um, so I know I wanted to ask you, what do you all think? Because I see that you do like the small engine gas equipment. What do you guys think about this whole battery thing that's coming?
Well, my husband, he's not too fond of that.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I don't, I don't really know why he's not too fond of it. I mean, I kind of do, but he says, like, didn't you say that if that happens, that pretty much, what did you say?
Come on over here, Don. Let's see. What did you say, Don?
There was something he said about it, and I can't remember exactly what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, are you costly to fix? First of all, he did say.
Well,
that.
are you all thinking of maybe repairing battery equipment?
I would say that he would say no.
Okay,
No,
that's fair.
he says you'd have to be an electrical engineer.
Really?
That's what he says. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you said you've been doing this for about a year. Let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at your slides here and see. Let's talk a little bit through those and what you're doing here. Explain. We already talked about the fluid film, so that that's pretty cool. But so it looks like I don't know much about the commercial mowers, but that based on the color, maybe a Cub Cadet.
That's a Cub Cadet, yeah.
Okay.
That one, I believe I was scraping the deck, cleaning the deck on that one, I think.
Okay. Wait, what issue did that one come in with?
The Cub Cadet, I think that one just needed maintenance. Was that one maintenance? Huh? Oh, the spindle bearing on that one. That's right. The spindle bearings on that one.
Okay. So I'm sure people in the audience, India, Emily, you guys know what all of that means. I'm sure. I don't know who all maybe repairs their own equipment, but
yeah, there's a lot of times he'll show me videos and this stuff, and I'll be like, all right, what was I doing there? I just get so into what I'm doing. I don't, think, okay, this was this was that. I just do what I'm supposed to do. And
yeah. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. All right, let's take a look at so is there anything, so as far as the fluid film goes, is there anything specific you want to share with the audience about that particular product and the use because I know you all use it a lot.
Yeah, I think the fluid film is great. It really does a good job as far as keeping under your deck clean and throwing the grass out more. It doesn't stick like it, without the fluid film. So yeah, we really like that a lot.
Okay.
And it also is a rust protector also. Okay. So yeah, that's another good thing about the fluid film.
Yeah, I've started using it, but like when I use it, I let my mower sit like out in the driveway for a couple of hours to air out. Otherwise, my garage would smell horrible.
Yes, that stuff is nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. So Emily is saying that Don's right. I mean, I've heard this a lot that gas equipment is just more powerful than battery equipment, which I mean that makes sense. But the companies who are producing this battery equipment, they're completely aware of that being the main issue with people. Right. So a lot of these mowers that are now coming out that are battery have really good power. Now I'm definitely not one to tell you too much because I've only ever used battery. But I've talked to plenty of people that's like, nah, battery can't hold a candle to the gas. Yeah. But unfortunately, it does seem like they're pushing the gas out because I've seen someone on Instagram post, I think BYD, about the fact that Honda, there's the last Honda gas mower. The last model they're going to make is currently out.
Oh.
So they're pushing it out.
Yeah.
They are pushing it out. Kristen, who's our next guest on Ladies of Lawncare, the yarding lady. I have to really think when I say that. So she says that she broke their spindle when they let too much wet grass back up in the deck and didn't realize it right away. So, okay. All right. Well, All right, another battery comment here. Battery is on. Yeah, yeah. I know, guys, but at some point, you're gonna have to just let it go. At some point.
Yeah.
So let's see. Kristen says, my concern with battery is longevity of the charge. We sometimes work 8 hours, and I'd still want to have gas powered as backup. Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense. Like
Right.
as backup until you learn the right system for your battery equipment. That's what I'm thinking. I
Mhm.
mean, the one person that I watch a lot is Johnny from Blades of Grass, and he's made the whole battery equipment thing work for him. So there, it's doable. Cost wise, I couldn't tell you what the difference would be, but it's doable.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at your next shot here and give us a little bit of information about what we got going on.
No, I did
Working on a
not.
couple different things. It looks like I don't even know. I'm not even gonna try. You tell
Oh,
me.
on the chainsaw. Oh, on the chainsaw, I was really rebuilding the carburetor on the chainsaw.
Okay.
And then the other one, I can't really see that one. Donnie, what's this one? That one. I can't see what that is.
I can't see it either.
I can't see it either.
Well, I will tell you that you were rebuilding the carburetor. So there's only one piece of gas equipment I still have at my house, and that's a generator. And right now, it's not working. And I think it's the carburetor. Because I didn't do the maintenance, which is started on a monthly basis, and I didn't do that. So I basically have someone, small engine, coming to pick it up in a couple days to take it to the shop to fix it. So that's about all I know about a carburetor. All right. So all right, here we go. So that's how do you pronounce this? I've been wanting to ask people. Is it gravely or gravelly?
Gravely.
Gravely. Okay.
That's what we say. Gravely.
Okay.
That one looks like I'm cleaning or either putting blades on or cleaning another deck.
Mm-hmm.
That one there.
So let's go back to
Blades.
us here. And so out of the issues that you see the most in your shop, what are some of the things that come in quite often?
Quite often, people that leave gas sit, like whether it's all winter, all summer, and don't let the gas run out and it sits in there. That's very bad for the carburetors, especially with the ethanol and stuff in the gas now.
Gotcha.
Or it's sitting there. That is no good. And I get it that people get busy and they forget to run the gas out of their mower, their snow blower, whatever it is, and they just put it away. And then when that sits in there, it really corrodes your carbs up bad.
Yeah.
So we see them eat the seals out of the carburetors and everything. So yeah, where it gets really corroded.
So the stabilizer, because I use that. I put the stabilizer in the tank, or the extra gas tank, and then I put it inside of the generator as well. And my mistake is that I did that, but I wasn't starting the generator on a monthly basis to make sure it ran and to run that gas out.
Right.
So I can see that being a huge issue.
He uses a 3-in-1 fuel additive, which it stabilizes, dries, takes the moisture out of the gas, and then it also has a ethanol fixer in it. So it kind of does everything. It's 3 things in one. He really likes using that.
So what is that called?
It's a 3-in-1 fuel additive.
Okay.
It's from the brand is Castle. Is what we use.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of people do like that.
Okay. Hey, look at you, your dog in the back. What kind of dog is that?
We got 2 labs.
2 labs.
Yes.
Ooh, that looks like a big dog. So Emily says we need to save Don's mechanic business. It's no battery. Emily, that's going to be a hard sell. That's going to be a hard. I mean, I don't know if you and Don saw all of the posts on social media about the expo, which was formerly GIE, where it has all of the lawn equipment and all those things. But the expo, it's a huge expo that happens yearly in Kentucky, and it is all about the battery equipment right now. Like, it's everywhere. So, all right. So here's a question for you. Emily wants to know what's the best mulching blades or mulch blades.
Best mulching blades. I'm waiting for this one because I just started learning the different blades as far as, because we just did a video on them, I think a few days ago.
I saw that.
So I'm just starting to get familiar with them all. I didn't realize there were so many different ones for so many, different things. So what would you recommend?
If it's a mulching deck, mulching blades.
Mulching blades.
But
if it's a mulching deck, mulching blades for sure, he said.
But if it doesn't
but if it doesn't
have
a mulching deck,
you want the tooth.
He said blades. The tooth blades would be best.
Okay.
Because I'm sure you don't see very many videos of me sharpening blades. I've tried a few times. I can do it. I'm just not with the sharpener he has. He has an old time sharpener. I'm not comfortable with it yet.
I enjoy sharpening blades, but I also use the All-American blade sharpener because I was when I started, I was super intimidated by blade sharpening. And so I got this little jig, and it's been one of the best purchases I've made, because I just put the blades on their nails, like zoop, zoop, and I'm done. It's so cool. But yeah, there's so many things in the industry that, that you have to learn. And it eventually comes around. It becomes secondhand. And I imagine with what you all do on a daily basis, it's kind of like, as soon as someone brings something in, you're like, oh yeah, I pretty much know what's wrong with that. So it's like that all around. So Vito is asking about pre-mixed fuel, like the eco ethanol free gas. I'm not familiar with that at all.
Yeah, he says yes.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Oh man. Okay. So is it the ones with the flips on the end? Oh, she's talking about the blade still. So when you say
yes.
I think we called them for the battery mowers the Gator blade. Is that what we're talking about?
Gator's a brand.
Oh, Gator's a brand.
Oh, Gator's a brand. I didn't know that. So the blade to me looks like it would be like a alligator blade. So I, so I just kind of go with that. So let's see. So you've been doing this for a year. Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy what you're doing?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So what is your favorite part about repair?
Well, my favorite part first is working with my husband. We've been married for almost 21 years now.
Nice.
And working together like we do we've always been close, but it just kind of brings us more together, like working like we are. Just, me and him together side by side, and him teaching me, that's my favorite part of it all. It
seems like you guys have fun. I mean, the videos are like, you can see it comes through in the videos. So
yeah, sometimes if there was a fly on the wall, I'm sure it would be More entertaining.
Oh yeah, because Holly, in some of those videos, you're giving him this look, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, we can't hear what you're saying though, and I'm like,
Probably
oh,
a
I
good
want to hear
thing.
what she's saying to him.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, and I think you guys have a son.
We
I've
have a
seen
son and a daughter.
son and a daughter. Okay,
Yes.
and are you guys teaching them any of the craft?
I tried to get my daughter out there. She's not too into it yet. I think with a little more coaching with her, I can get her to do it, maybe.
Mhm. I
My
mean,
son, he's always willing to help
yeah,
and try whatever.
yeah.
He doesn't care. But yeah, I wish she would. I've tried a couple times, but I'm hoping that she'll come around.
Yeah, I mean, at least you are exposing her and giving her the opportunity to do
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. If she decides that she doesn't want to do it, oh well,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I
Just
really
like for her
like.
to try.
Well, I mean, how old is she? If you
She's
don't mind me asking.
12.
12.
Yeah.
You might have a hard time at that age.
That's what
Mine,
I'm thinking. It's the age.
yeah, because mine are 6 and they want to try everything. Like they
Yeah.
want to do
Well, see,
everything I'm doing.
yeah, my son, he just turned 7 the end of
Yeah,
last year. So yeah, he's all for whatever. He'll
yeah.
try anything.
But
So
she's knocking on the door of teenagers, so good
yes.
luck with that one.
Yeah. I just want her to learn too that, even though it's doing something like that, anybody can do it, whether you're male, female, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just, because that's just how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because and that's one of the reasons, that I do this. One of the biggest messages I want to get out there to people is to involve your kids, because I want to
Yes.
give my kids every opportunity. And
Right.
I wasn't given that. They didn't ask me. And I do feel like I missed out on a lot because I found my passion so late in life. And so I'm just exposing my girls to everything. And if they don't like it, so my only rule is you try something, like if it's a class or something they sign up for,
Right.
you don't like it, but you have to finish that class. Once that class is over, you don't have to do it anymore if you don't like it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much the rule.
Yeah.
I really like what you all have started to do on Instagram by like doing some educational pieces and stuff. I think people benefit a lot from that. And shorts are the best way to do it because attention spans are.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. Like these days I can't really watch a long video. So
Yeah. And that's another reason why I was kind of iffy about doing the show, because like I told him a little bit ago, I said, for me, it's always easier for me to do rather than tell how to do something or explain how to do something. I can show you, but for me to tell you, it's just easier for me to do it.
exactly.
I'm more hands-on as far as that goes.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So video editing is interesting because I've become more of a teacher, and I think that's because I'm also teaching my girls on the side, so it helps with the videos and things. But I completely get what you're saying, because it's like that in my regular 9 to 5. Like I'm all of a sudden responsible for training some new people that we're going to get, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is gonna be hard, because I can do it, but
Yeah.
can I translate that to you is the question. So
Yeah.
So Emily's saying Don's music. Oh, your music is awesome, man. It's like so he's got a nice mix of music, it's just if my other show had worked, I had some music for Dawn, specifically for Dawn, that I was going to play, but that fell through the cracks. I don't know. I'm going to trash that program when this live is over with.
I tried to get him in here with me, and he's like, no.
Oh, he doesn't want to. Is he camera shy?
Little bit.
Yeah. So let's see. Are there any other I guess, products that you would recommend for people as far as maintaining their equipment? Like the best things, like maybe I think the chain oil and things like that. I'm really bad with that stuff. I have some new equipment that have chains on it, and I know I have to do like that oil maintenance and stuff. Do you have any tips as far as maintaining those?
You can also use the fluid film on chains and stuff.
Okay.
Fluid film you could do for your chains. As far as anything else, the fuel additive is the biggest thing that we use.
Okay.
Trying to think what else we use. Anything else that I'm forgetting? Because I can't remember anything.
Come on, brain.
Yeah, I know.
So Kristen said you helped her with an issue today with her zero turn.
Yeah.
What was going on with that?
The oil change. They were having some problems with changing their oil. So yeah, we helped them out with that. He also helped too. I was trying to he's right beside me. I want to drag him over pretty soon.
So I know that
come on.
So we sent you, or I sent you, I don't see her in here. She was in the first live, but I guess she didn't come over to this one.
Okay.
But Jennifer, she sent in a question. She had, let's see. So she has a small Toro snowblower, 2-cycle.
Okay.
And hey, Don, there you are. Nice to see you, buddy.
You too. Nice to meet you.
She said she had got new gas for it and added the oil to the gas. Added to the snowblower, and it will start, but either once you turn it off with the gas, it's still in it, or it runs out of gas and you add more and it will not restart. So that was I think I sent it to you guys. It might make more sense reading it. She wants to know, is there a quick fix for it?
Oh, is this the one with the
float?
Oh, she's here. Oh, she's here. Hey, Jennifer.
Okay. There could be some old gas in the carburetor still, so she might want to try cleaning the carb out.
Okay.
And the float could also be stuck. So if that's the case, she's gonna have to, like I said, take the carb off, clean the carburetor out, make sure it's all clean where the float is. See if the float's sticking. If cleaning it out, like cleaning the carb out, cleaning the needle that's in there, all that has to be cleaned. If that don't work, then she's probably going to need a new carburetor. If cleaning it out don't do it, she'll probably need a new one.
Okay. Jennifer, you're here. You heard all of that. You have any follow-up questions, let us know. But just hearing that, it sounds like the carburetor is a big deal on these gas power pieces. Yeah. I don't know. It's just something about it. Like, it's like the last thing I want to do is deal with that. So, but when we had a storm, there was a pending storm, and that darn thing wouldn't start. And I said to myself, I don't care that I don't like to do it. I will learn it. I will learn the maintenance. I will do the maintenance, because that could have been really bad. It was so cold. It was like in the negatives here. And that would have been my family without heat, without lights. And so thankfully it passed over us, but that kind of taught me a nice little lesson there.
Yeah.
Like do your maintenance.
Yes. It is very important to do maintenance. Well, that's on anything,
Mm-hmm.
To keep everything maintained. So yeah.
Now, where are you all located?
We are in Ohio, more towards like the Youngstown area.
Okay.
Of Ohio.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so most of your customers, do they bring the equipment to you, or do you go out and do the repair, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both, but mostly bring it to us. Either that or we go pick it up, bring it back. There's a few occasions to where he would go or we would go to the person's house. If it was something small that needed done, we would go there and do it.
So what would you say has been the toughest piece of equipment to fix thus far since you've been doing it?
The toughest? Oh, geez. um, to me, I don't. It might not seem the toughest, maybe to other people or maybe to him, but rebuilding the carburetors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is very. Those carburetors and the pieces are so small.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful with that stuff. And then the springs that hook to the carburetors, the rods that hook to the carburetors, that stuff is stuff that I get nervous about. So I would say that was, so far, that's been the toughest for me, because you lose them little needles or anything in the carburetors, then and they're so small.
Yeah. And I mean, are those parts still easy to get now? Like if you were to lose something, are they still pretty easy to source?
For most things, I would say, yeah. There's a couple of things sometimes I hear him telling people it's hard to get. I can't remember what brand you said.
Tecumseh.
Oh, Tecumsehs are hard to get.
What's that?
Tecumseh.
I have no idea what that is. is that a brand?
It's a brand, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a brand, an engine.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else is pretty easy, I would say, to get parts for. So yeah.
And so, I know this is you all's bread and butter. But I just know, I just see where the industry's going with the battery power stuff, right? And this is one of the reasons why, because you don't have to worry about those little tiny pieces with a battery. It sounds like they're a little bit easier to maintain and fix, but I mean, there's always going to be a need. There's always going to be a need because as much as people want to say they're going to get rid of it, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I've been watching the California situation, and that's a slow roll, of them banning, gas there or whatever. So
yeah,
I don't know. So let me tell you this, and then I won't talk about my generator anymore. But after that happened, I started looking into those battery powered generators that run off of electricity as well as solar. Super expensive to get one that's comparable to what I already have as far as power. But gosh, it's just, I'd rather just go and plug something in as opposed to trying to crank that thing like. and even on the generator I have, I had never tried to crank it until recently when it wouldn't start up. There's a push button on mine. I just push the button and it starts up. So I guess, in that respect, I can be a little bit lazy. I'd rather spend my time cutting the grass. But I mean, so as far as business, is business still good for you? Or, they're still coming in and everything, or is it starting to let up a little bit?
It's slowed down. Quite a bit from last year for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, it's not we're still, steady, but it's not like it was there for a while. So
I'm telling you why, Holly. I just told you the expo. I'm telling you that expo out there. I don't even think I didn't see anybody post about a piece of battery equipment on Instagram. Everything was a battery powered equipment, and like this post here, eventually we'll soon see robotics are going to take over. That's what we're seeing. It's weird. Now, I can't ever see myself using one of those robotic mowers because I like the exercise and I like to be out there cutting the grass. I like to
Right.
be in the lawn.
Mhm.
But there are a lot of people who hate cutting grass, and those things are going to take over. Those things are really going to take over. So I wonder how the lawn businesses are going to compensate for that, because they're going to start losing clients who, where they go and mow, because they're going to buy this robot and be like, I pay one time for this robot to do it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
oh, he wants to say something. I can hear him.
hey, yeah. Chime in.
My dad was a lawnmower dealer back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And they tried those electric mowers. Actually, Wheel Horse had one. It failed miserably.
Mhm.
There was a couple other, like, kind of like them robot ones you see now that just kind of roam around your yard.
Yeah.
They had those. They failed miserably back then. It's just the cost. If on a tractor, if you hit a stump, you're replacing a spindle blade. With the electric, you're replacing the whole motor.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more costly, and these people don't realize how much more costly it's going to be when you hit something big and hard and you crack that motor. They're all right for homeowners.
Yeah.
We have a battery powered weed whacker. I recommend it to the older people to get the battery powered ones, so they
Hey.
they don't have to pull.
Are you saying I'm old?
No.
Because I use battery. Come on now.
Hey.
It's a phase. And what it takes to make these batteries. I know they're trying to stop the pollution from the gas, but you have big equipment trying to dig that stuff out of the ground. They're not saving the environment by running big excavators for hours at a time.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening.
I don't know, Don. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I just can't I can't see these big companies. Every big, lawnmower company out there is going towards battery, and I can't see them putting this much effort and money into it. It's every year it's gotten more and more evident. I went to the expo not last year, but in 2021, and it was just all battery everywhere. And then this past year I didn't go, but everyone I talked to was like, yeah, it's just inevitable at this point. I mean, the gas mowers, especially with Honda mowers, apparently are really, really good. So they're going to be around and they're going to need repair, and people are going to hold on to them as long as they can. But the question is, are these companies going to continue to make these gas powered things? So I guess,
they're having a hard enough time finding small engine mechanics to work on this stuff. They're not going to be able to find anybody that's willing to work on them electric ones. I've dealt with a few of them. They don't want to work on them. I have a good friend of mine that has a Toro dealership, and he refuses to work on them. And he's been a Toro dealer for probably 60 years.
Wow.
The Toro, they're shoving all this stuff down the dealers' throats. They can't afford to buy the tools to fix them. It's bad.
Yeah. And prices on everything they're just increasing. So I don't know. I mean, I know like the batteries for this battery powered equipment, what you pay for a battery is insane. It's, over $300 for a battery. And that's where they're going to make their money constantly. Because the batteries, I think most of them are only warranted for like 3 years. And that's probably when they start losing their oomph.
You can replace a battery, but I can also fix your lawnmower for probably 5 years for what you're going to pay for one battery.
Yeah. I believe you.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely believe you. Emily's talking about the little robotic Husqvarna mower. They are pretty cool to watch. honestly, for me, one of the things that drives me crazy is that they don't do stripes. They go all over the yard. They go everywhere. And I don't like that. But apparently they give the yard a much better cut. I've seen the little blades on them almost look like little razor blades, like on the bottom of them that's cutting the grass. It's crazy.
Yeah, I see how you do like your stripes in your lawns.
Yeah. And
Well,
that thing just zigzags all over the place.
we used to cut grass together and do landscaping together years and years and years ago. We also did that because, like he was saying, his dad and his grandpa had a shop in the late 50s, early 60s where they sold snappers, Aryans, lawn boys, cub cadet, billy goats. So my father-in-law used to be a landscaper, cut grass, and then he started, and then I started doing that with him too. So I guess it's in the blood, runs in the family.
Yeah, and that's awesome. That is awesome. I gotta say, you guys, so as soon as Dawn came in, you calmed down a little bit. That's awesome. You guys have a great relationship. That's pretty cool. I love seeing that. So I just had to say that. The old relic is saying that they are developing robots that can drop and pick up stuff. So that's gonna fill the labor gap. And that's true. I mean, they're automating everything, like everything. So we're already having a crisis with, well, not in my field, but jobs and things like that, and just the economy. And I don't know how far they're going to go with this. I just don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean,
Yes.
Emily saying, this is for you, Don. Didn't DeWalt build a battery mower and caught it on fire at the event? Yes, Emily. Yes. That was all over social media. But like someone said, when I saw it at first, I was like, oh, they're going to have a hard time selling that lawnmower to anybody. But I saw somebody who said any publicity is good publicity. And DeWalt was all over the place with that incident. And these companies are rushing to get a piece of this battery market. And that might be a result of that. They weren't ready. But yet they brought it out at the expo and it caught on fire.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's insane, but it's there. Let's see. Old relic. Honda mowers are gone. I'm so glad you came in with that, because I remember I was telling you guys earlier that I think the Honda mowers, the battery gas mowers are done for.
Right.
So that's what he's talking about. They have the last of them out in the stores for sale, but I don't think they're going to make any more after that.
No, Honda's done making gas engines.
Look, I'm hurt. But I'm hurt for you guys. Not like, because I'll never buy a gas mower. So I'm after this show, I'm going to look that up because I'm curious of what type of press releases they put out about that and why they're doing it. And they must feel pretty confident because Honda they make the engines that go in a lot of the mowers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Hey, Justin, the lawn lover. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Old relic. Drop and pick up the mower. Same mower on multiple properties. Oh, I think he's talking about the robotic mowers potentially, because that's something that you have to think about too. Like, I don't think commercial businesses can use those because, I mean, you can clean your mower just like you do with the ones you use now. You have to clean it before you go to the next yard. Or you risk transferring, issues, weeds, and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's what he's talking about. I'm not 100% sure. So, all right. I don't know. Do you guys, I don't want to hold you up. I know I said 30 minutes. So do you have any additional tips or anything for the audience about maintenance or anything like that?
Any additional tips?
biggest thing is your fuel. You have to take care of your fuel system. We use Castle called Castle 90 Highway 95, and that's a 3-in-1. You have to make sure it says it's a ethanol fixer, because just a regular stabilizer is not taking out the ethanol out of the fuel.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about earlier. The 3-in-1.
I'm writing it down, but I think you should do a reel on that to give us the information out on Instagram. I wrote it down, but yeah, I'm probably going to lose this piece of paper.
Okay. We can do that.
Very cool. Very cool. So, audience, that's the biggest takeaway from this. Maintenance and take care of your fuel for longevity of your equipment. So anything else, guys?
As far as like, I try to get this through people's heads. Now your manufacturers are telling you to go 100 hours on an oil change. And they're telling you that because they want you to ruin your engine. There's some engines that say do not change the oil, just add to it. Not a good idea. No. They want you to replace that engine, that mower, in 3 years because that's all it's going to last. I usually recommend, especially for people that are cutting commercially, 50 to 60 hours on an oil change, because we've had them come in over 100 hours on the oil and the motors have blown up. The gasoline engines, they are air cooled. So if you do not keep that oil changed and the underneath of the engine clean, you're going to have heat issues, and that's what wears them out. We've probably done this year probably 6 engines that came in blown up. And your engines aren't cheap. I think we paid for a big commercial Kawasaki engine. It was almost $3,000 just for the engine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Didn't have very many hours.
Yeah, the guy never changed oil in it. He had 300 hours on it. So that I can't stress enough, do not wait for 100 hours. Actually, if you buy one, you want to change oil within 10 hours because of the break-in oil that they put in at the factory.
Gotcha.
The first time I seen on a mower, it said just add oil, and I was like, what? You don't drain the old stuff, and I was just shocked by that, not change the oil, just keep adding to it, and not getting, just doing a whole oil change. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So I think that's a huge tip. Actually change the oil. So I don't know anything about changing oil either. I've never done it. Not that I don't want to, but I just don't know how to. But so you're saying drain it completely and just put new oil in and do it every 10 hours, or like just when you first get it after the first 10 hours, and then after that
10 hours, get that oil out of there. And then at any time after that, I usually tell them 50 to 60 hours, because we've tore engines apart to see what's made them fail, and it's always the heat inside the engine from the oil break, because the oil breaks down from the heat. So you got to get that old oil out of there, and just, I can't stress it enough, change your oil.
Okay. All right, guys, you heard that. Change oil.
Toro's telling you 100 hours, but you want to do it 60. They're all telling you 100, but they're hoping that the engines don't last as long.
Yeah.
Then they get to make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got,
basically,
my friend that's a Toro dealer, he said that their rep told them to quit telling people 50 to 60 hours on the oil because it's costing them money. Yeah. These big companies They just want to take your money. They don't want you to have.
It's all about the money. So we have to be smart as consumers.
Yeah.
We really do have to be smart. And that's another thing I really like about this community. I popped Johnny's comment up there because I completely echo what he's saying. You know, we appreciate you all sharing your knowledge with the community. And these types of things will help us not get caught up in, the hype or go in with blinders per se. So just like Emily says as well, thank you. You guys help on a daily basis. You post some really good tips and information. So it's definitely appreciated.
Sure.
So. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that, man. I really do. With that, guys, I want to say again, thank you so much. Holly, you are now a member of Ladies of Lawncare. You can't get away from us. I will continue to support you all. I think you guys are great people. I wish your business the best of luck. And you go ahead and hang out with me. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you, chat, everybody, for coming by and stopping in and hanging out with us tonight. So with that, we will see you guys later.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.